Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Well, he started doing it. President Obama has begun his attempt to open the border in his last couple weeks in office. He just wants a free flow of illegal immigrants to enter the country. And some more proof of that is he has shut down the program which was called Operation Phalanx. It was a program that utilized National Guard's aerial assets, and it provided aerial surveillance of the border. It was very productive in catching families coming over, individuals coming over, drug traffickers, etc. Now, in January, the Department of Homeland Security began scaling back this program pretty much to 50% of what it had run prior to that. It had been running since 2010 when the president authorized this program. Good program. It's one of the good things that he did. And they were catching drug smugglers, human traffickers, and illegal border crossers. But for some reason in January, they decided to cut it by 50%, even though it was already fully funded for 2017 by Congress. So it wasn't a money issue because it was already fully funded. Did he scale it back because he knew he was leaving office and he wanted more people to come in illegally and maybe get a chance to vote? Who knows? But the fact is that it was reduced. In the beginning of January, it was reduced. Now, when they started reducing it, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, and even one of the members of Congress who's a Democrat, Henry Cuellar, Cuellar, sorry sir if I'm butchering your name, they wrote a letter to the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson asking him what's going on. In fact, one of the quotes from that letter is, in order to ensure we are doing everything possible to effectively secure the border, we request immediate information on the metrics used to determine that a 50% reduction in aerial resources would be sufficient to support this important border security operation. So last week they decided to close the program altogether. In fact, the Texas governor even sent this tweet out, Greg Abbott. It's at Greg Abbott _Texas or TX. It says, Obama is doing everything he can to open the border. January 20th can't come soon enough. National Guard remains. So he's ordered the National Guard, who he is the commander of, to continue their duties. In the same snowball where Obama is stopping surveillance and ordering the Customs and Border Patrol personnel to release people, don't hold them, let them come in, you're now seeing instances of Customs and Border Patrol supervisors ignoring these orders. What is usually reported, and go figure, is not always what's happening. But the supervisors are starting to ignore the orders, and they're actually starting to detain people and incarcerate these people, knowing that the incoming president has their back. So while Trump isn't in office, we're already seeing positive momentum with this change. You have the current president who could care, in my opinion, could care less about the security of America, and I think the last 8 years has shown that. And this incoming president who has told the Border Patrol agents, I got your back, has told law enforcement, I got your back, you're starting to see people step up and, for lack of a better term, have a backbone and do what they should have been doing all along. But it's happening. And this is coming at a time when there is a flood, an influx right now of illegals trying to get into the country, fearing that if they try to do it after Trump takes office, then they'll actually face the consequences of what they should have been facing all along. Back to Texas, here's some quick numbers about some of the immigration issues they're facing. In the months leading up to the presidential election, immigrants began flooding across the border at record numbers. In the month of October 2016, FMUA apprehensions, if you're not familiar with the jargon, it's incomplete family unit aliens. They say they're family, but maybe dad's not there, maybe mom's not there. And let's see what the number was. It increased by 37% in October alone. UAC apprehensions, and that's unaccompanied alien children, meaning just the kids coming over. Those apprehensions went up 19%, and total apprehensions across the board were up 17%. What those percentages actually play out to, the total number of family units apprehended along the southwest border with Mexico were 13,124, and 8,726 of those were apprehended in the RGV sector. A total of 11,183 family units were apprehended in Texas alone. Now the UACs, those are just the children without parents. The total of 6,754 were apprehended in October alone. Of those, 65%, 4,093, were apprehended in the RGV sector, and 5,518 in all of Texas. So you can see of those numbers, Texas has a huge amount of these people just flooding across the border. And what had been happening is Obama was giving orders to turn a blind eye to that. And now that he's a lame duck of the lame ducks, the lamest of the lame, now the agents are starting to press the issue without fear of retribution from the current administration. Now, some of the numbers that were reported for Operation Phalanx, just in the Laredo sector, Operation Phalanx accounted for 10,559 apprehensions and 4,007 turnbacks from March 2012 to December 2015. Phalanx was credited with seizing 12,851 pounds of narcotics during that period. So the program, just by the numbers alone, was very, very, very effective. And for some reason, the outgoing president decided, we don't want to stop this anymore, which to me is an act of treason. To the American citizens, it's an act of treason, and of course, nobody's going to say anything because they're all nice, fuzzy people. Let me know what you think about it. Help me get this out. You can do that by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing to the channel so more people get the opportunity to see this. This is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. I appreciate your time. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Take care.